Well, hello there. This is John from Poor Man's Garage. I think I figured it out. There's two hots, ignition hots. So basically, when you turn the ignition on, in order for the car to run, there's a hot that goes to your distributor, and there's a hot that goes to the crane box. What's happening, and this is just crazy, what's happening is when you turn your ignition on, both hots are lit up. When you turn the key in the position to start the car, the one hot goes dead. That was the whole problem the whole time. Is when you turn the key all the way over to the start position, you know, where you're trying to turn over the motor, the one hot that's hooked into the crane box goes dead. This whole time I was pulling my hair out. I said electrical problems are, and I couldn't test it because I can't be in two places at the same time. But I'm not positive on that yet, but I don't have no way of testing it. The only way I'm going to test it is I'm going to take the wire that goes to the crane box and I'm going to hook it into the same wire as the distributor hot wire and see if this car fires up on its own by turning the key. So I'll let you guys know in a few minutes. See you soon. Well, hello again. I think I got the wiring problem figured out. I'm gonna find out here in a second. Sounding good now. I got it figured out. what I'm talking about. Well, that's a whole lot better, ain't it? I'm pretty happy with the way she sounded now. Anyways, what a ride. It's come a long ways. Anyways, timing's on, air bleeds are on. I got 32 on my timing. She's starting to get her snap back. So by the time we break it in, it'll have its snap back anyway. So that's what I'm talking about. So our, I guess our only thing to do next is to buy a set of tires for it. I'll give you a little deal on the tires. I've had a lot of tires on the car, and I give every tire that I bought for it a whole summer to see how good the tires are. But so far, the Hankook RS3s, which was the very first tire that I originally put on this car when I built it, have been the best tire for straight line forward traction. I ain't found anything to beat it. So the Tayo RA1s, that's what's on it now, Tayo RA1s, and I tried them all summer. They just don't have the hookup as those Hankook, those RS3s. I want to make sure I get that right, RS3, yeah. So those are 225, 45, R15, Hankook RS3s. That's the next set of tires that I'm going to buy for it. My original set that I had on there. My 0s to 60 times were never the same as when I ran the Hankooks. So anyways, we did figure out the electrical problem. So it turned out to be, there's nothing wrong with the crane box, there's nothing wrong with the distributor. It was when the ignition was in the start position, for some reason the wire that I had it hooked up to cut off. I rewired the car because I wanted to go through all my wiring and make it neat and clean it up, and I did manage to change around a couple of wires, and that was the reason why we weren't getting any spark. Anyways, you guys are gonna have to wait a couple of months because outside, I know it didn't look cold out there, but you could see the snow falling a little bit. Sorry about that, guys. The camera died. Anyways, getting back to these the Hankook RS3s. Something about the tires that I want to tell you about is when you buy a set, I buy a set of tires in the spring, and I think they only offer them in the spring. So you buy the tires in the spring, and then I run the tires all summer until, you know, the weather gets bad, gets cold. Then I take the tires off the rims and I throw them in the trash. Okay, what I've learned is that when you buy the tires for the spring and use them all summer, if you put them in your basement in the winter, you know, take the tire pressure off, which you're supposed to do, you bring them out next spring, they don't have the hookup like when you buy them new for that first spring or the first summer. I mean, maybe there's compounds or maybe there's some sort of formula you put on the tires to make them soft. I don't know. I don't know anything about that. All I know is I don't even fool around. I just buy a set of tires that I want to try on the car in the spring, and then I run them, you know, spring, summer, and then come that fall, you know, when the weather snow starts flying, the car comes off the road, the tires come off, and I toss them. All right. So, like I said, I've tried other tires besides the Hankook's RS3. Like I said, this past year was the RA1s, and every tire that I've tried, I've been disappointed. So I'm not going to try any more tires. I'm just going right to the Hankook RS3 225 45 R15s. I'm not trying any more tires because every time I try a tire that I see guys talking about online that they're such a great tire, I put it on the car and I'm always disappointed. And you gotta remember, the Hankooks are about the cheapest tire, race tire, that you're gonna find in a 225 45 15. I mean, they're like 120 bucks. So so far they're the cheapest tire that I've found. They're the best tire I've found. So, but I do want to tell you guys about my video. You know, please subscribe to my video if you like it. And also, I got a blog spot. It's 575 HP V8 Miata.blogspot. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to gather a list of all the part numbers for everything on the car, and that's I've been working on that, and it's gonna take me some time to get all the part numbers. It's gonna take some doing. Part numbers, phone numbers, and the pricing is gonna be on my blog spot, and I'll get that together for you guys. So you know, you get on my blog spot, and if you need to know part numbers, there they are. The prices, there it is. I do believe this is probably going to be the 33 video or 34th video. So I got 34 videos out there, including this one. So the only thing I got left on the car is to do the air conditioning, and I'm not going to do it now because it's 15 degrees outside. So I'm not going to do air conditioning. I don't need it now, and I'm not going to even drive the car now. But come springtime, I'll make another video on how to do your air conditioning the proper way, because there's a lot of... I've been playing around with air conditioning for 20 years, and there's a lot of people who got different theories about air conditioning, but I'm going to show you how I do it. I'm not sure if it's the right way. You know, I'm not an air conditioning expert, but all I know is when I do it the way I do it, that car in 100-degree weather, you will freeze your hands off inside that car. Okay, if you want the air conditioning to be really cold, I'll show you how to get it cold. Anyways, come springtime, I'm gonna break in the motor on the street, and then we're gonna take it to a rear wheel dyno, we'll dyno it, and then we're going to take it to 8th mile, and we'll go down the 8th mile with it. And I know that it sounds pretty good now, but when I break the motor in and you hear this thing uncorked, you're not going to believe it. So so anyways, and I'm going to take you guys along for the ride. So anyways, so look out for my videos. They're in order. 1 through 34, you gotta search them out and find it. You know, you might have to put it in manually if you want. Like if you want to watch video 3, you might have to put V8 Miata build 003 and pay attention to what video you're watching now and what video comes next, because YouTube wants to skip them. So, you know, if you do watch them in sequence, they make sense. If you skip them, then you're going to be like, whoa, what's going on? What's this guy talking about? But if you watch them in sequence, I guarantee you're going to understand what's going on. So anyways, look for the video. Like I said, I'll show you how to put the air conditioning in the system. There's quite a bit to that. And then we'll break the car in on the street, dyno it, and then we'll take it to the 8th mile. And I'm going to take you guys along for the ride. Alright, see you soon.